Hello, everyone. Now, I'm just a simple man, and my name is Noah Foster. And welcome now to what I'm calling a Simple Man's Stance, where basically I will be breaking down brief thoughts and my predictions for upcoming wrestling events. If y'all don't know, I'm a fan of wrestling, WWE and beyond. I look at Ring of Honor, Impact, New Japan Pro Wrestling. I've looked at MLW. Friends have recommended AIW, I believe, or A1W out in California. I think there's also one similar in Cleveland. Fan of Smash Wrestling. And yeah, I just like wrestling. I recently got done watching Pro Wrestling Queendom. Very interesting. Kaylee Ray beating Michael Satomura was definitely a highlight for me. ICW had an incredible Fear and Loathing show recently, and Defy Wrestling recently had Unstoppable, which I thought was really good. I need to go back for Rev Pro though and check out Will Ospreay versus Pac, but talk about that later. And yes, I will be doing predictions also for Double or Nothing, the Ring of Honor anniversary event, and potentially even the Japan World Cup. We'll see what time brings. For now, let's talk about our upcoming events. So this upcoming event is called Honor Rising. It's an event where New Japan Pro Wrestling and Ring of Honor clash with each other, not only in bouts, but also for respective championships. So it really could change the landscape of both industries. There's also some nice matches too against Young Lions and some other veterans as well in there. So let's just get started. It's a 2-day event, and it starts basically the 22nd and goes for the 23rd. Let's look at Honor Rising Night 1. First match, we got Rey Narita versus Marty Scurll. I don't know much about Rey Narita. I believe he's a young lion. And I don't see Marty Scurll losing because with his recent development of Villain Enterprises and Ring of Honor, though I don't know how much the outcomes play in storylines going forward on Ring of Honor and vice versa New Japan Pro Wrestling, I don't see Marty Scurll losing. Same also to Zack Sabre Jr., especially since his last bout was during New Beginning in Osaka. He and Minoru Suzuki, they lost their tag team championship bout. This has to be a win for him to bounce back. Moving on from there, we got Robbie Eagles and Taiji Ishimori versus Jonathan Gresham and Jushin Thunder Liger. So the thing is, Jonathan Gresham, he recently picked up a win in a 6-man tag on Ring of Honor, but Taiji Ishimori, he recently called out Jushin Thunder Liger, and Bullet Club's been virtually unstoppable, it seems. Definitely on the rise since Jay White won the IWGP Heavyweight Championship from Hiroshi Tanahashi. So, looking at this match, I am going to give this match to Taiji Ishimori versus Robbie Eagles. And I can see Robbie Eagles facing Jonathan Gresham one-on-one in Ring of Honor. But we already know Taiji Ishimori and Juice Front Liger, they're going to face each other for the title, I believe, at the anniversary event. I may have to look ahead for that. I'm not going to predict that tonight, by the way, either. So the fourth match is a 4-on-4 bout. We have once again the bad guy back, no longer the good guy, thank gosh. Tama Loa and his partner Tonga Loa, also known as the God, with the Briscoes of all teams. The Briscoes, yeesh, what a destructive foursome that sounds like. I thought Gato was bad with them, but basically they're facing Toa Henare, let's see, Tomaki Homo, David Finlay, and Juice Robinson. So a bit of a combination of lifeblood here. Recent new faction formed in Ring of Honor. So thinking about this, thinking about how, you know what, I could overthink this, but there's a reason I'm gonna call this Civil Man Stance. I'm not gonna give you in depth. I mean, I could always do that later, but I need to learn more about some of these comparisons before I can give in depth analysis. So on this match, I'm just going to go with Bullet Club and the Briscoes winning because I feel like David Finlay and Juice Robinson will be putting up a good fight in here, but I don't think they'll be able to beat this team with the GLD. However, I can see this playing into a future Ring of Honor World Tag Team Championship match. By the way, recently Chucky and Colt Cabana, they faced the Briscoes and lost. I will say this though, Chucky did not implode. Maybe it's because Trent Beretta wasn't there because he's dealing with a family situation. I don't know. All the best to Trent and his family, by the way. Anyway, moving on. So now we have a never openweight 6-man tag team championship match. This should be interesting because we have Raisu Taguchi, Toru Yano, and Togi Makabe. Basically, we have the reunion of the most violent players and the funky player with them. And they're the champs, by the way, in this. This will be their first title defense since taking them off Bullet Club against the undefeated trio. Well, no, they're not undefeated. I'm sorry. Basically, they're against Delirious Cheeseburger, one of my friend's favorites, and Colt Cabana. Okay, well, let's see. Colt Cabana was just in a Ring of Honor Tag Team Championship match with Chucky T, and they lost against the Briscoes. I can't imagine him being 100% in this. But Colt Cabana, great announcer with Ian Rick combined Ring of Honor, but also a constant in-ring competitor. I wonder if this means he's also going to be in the over-budget Battle Royal at Double or Nothing. But then again, I'm thinking ahead to AEW. As far as this goes, never open weight, where there's no limits, their first title defense. I don't see New Japan Pro Wrestling Team losing the titles, and I'm just going to keep it like that. Simple as that. And moving on, we now go to... this one I'm very interested in, because I know a little bit about both these competitors. The never open weight championship match between the current champ Will Ospreay, who won it off the Golden Star Kota Ibushi, an incredible opener at Wrestle Kingdom 13 if you haven't seen it, versus former Ring of Honor World Heavyweight Champion. I'm sure he'll be accompanied by the boys. You know who I'm talking about, the Peacock, Dalton Castle. This will be a very interesting bout, I feel. But is Will Ospreay... literally, I mean, come on, is Dalton Castle on Will Ospreay's level? I know he's got incredible heart, incredible endurance. He and Jay Lethal have had incredible bouts. They have mutual respect for each other. Dalton Castle, he even defended his title against Marty Scurll and won. But I don't see Will Ospreay losing the title. I don't see Will Ospreay losing this title yet, especially since he's on the up and up since coming back from that brutal injury that sent him out for months. He's on the rise and high ever since that match at Wrestle Kingdom 13. So I'm going to give this one to Will Ospreay retaining the title. Okay, so moving on, we get Jeff Cobb versus Hiroki Goto for the Ring of Honor World Television Championship. Jeff Cobb has been virtually unstoppable since winning that title. However, the last time he and Hiroki Goto were in the ring was at the G1 last year in San Francisco. And Hiroki won, and he was the champion at that time. So Jeff was going for a title. It's the opposite way around now with Jeff Cobb, the champ, Hiroki the challenger. Can he overcome Hiroki? You know what? I'm going to go bold. I'm going to say no. I'm going to say Hiroki Goto goes over Jeff Cobb this time and becomes the new Ring of Honor World Television Champion. And it'll be interesting to see how Jeff Cobb goes about trying to get it back. So there's my thoughts on that. Last but not least, for night one, we have a special six-man tag. It looks like it's against Vinny Varselia, TK O'Ryan, and, Matt Taven. By the way, did they destroy that ugly purple championship back yet? Blech. Anyway, they're facing against, this is a heck of a team, Hiroshi Tanahashi, the Rainmaker Kazuchika Okada, and the current Ring of Honor Heavyweight Champion, Jay Lethal. There is no way I see this incredible trio losing. You have one of the greatest rivalries in New Japan Pro Wrestling put to the side now, built on mutual respect. And you have the Ring of Honor World Champion, I think the longest reigning ones in my opinion, truly believes in everything Ring of Honor stands for, and absolutely hates Matt Taven. And apparently they're supposed to be facing each other at the Ring of Honor Anniversary event in Las Vegas, I believe, for the title. So, right now, I just don't see Matt Taven winning. I gotta go with the guys here. I think Jay Lethal, Okada, and Hiroshi Tanahashi are gonna win. So, to reiterate, Marty Scurll, Zack Sabre Jr., Robbie Eagles, and Taiji Ishimori. I believe that the Briscoes and Tonga Loa and Tama Tonga are going to win that match as well. I'm going to give this first championship match to the number one six-man tag to the champs. Will Ospreay, I don't see him losing that title. Should be an awesome match. Hirooki Goto, I think, is going to become the new Ring of Honor Television Champion. And I see Jay, Okada, and Tanahashi going over Vinny, TK, and Matt. So there's the first night, my predictions, and a brief stance on Honor is Rising. Simple as that. Let's move on to the second night now. Yes, this is a two-night event for those of you who don't know. Ring of Honor has been doing this thing lately where some of their events goes multiple days. I can't wait for the next Wrestle Kingdom. That's going to be 2 days. That still sounds insane, but it's true. All right. So let's see here. We got another 8 matches. Let's go through it rather quickly here. So we got first Yota Tsuji. Sorry if I'm butchering names here. Ren Narita, Shota Umino versus Cheeseburger, Delirious, and Colt Cabana. An interesting threesome to say the least. Again, I already predicted them not coming in as champs. It's going to be a fun team, but I feel like it's going to be 50-50 book, and I feel like the Ring of Honor team is going to go over here because basically you got like young lions in this match, I believe. I just don't know much about them, so I don't really know a lot to really think about, to consider. I know more about Cheeseburger, Delirious, and Colt Cabana, so I'm going with the Ring of Honor team actually winning this triple threat. Or 6-man tag, excuse me. Next match. Toa Hinari, Jonathan Gresham versus Taka Michinoku and Zack Sabre Jr. I can't go against my boys in freaking Suzuki Gun. You kidding me? Casa ni Nare! Finally got that shirt too. Probably should have worn it. Oh well. But anyway, yeah. I believe Zack Sabre Jr. and Taka Michinoku will go over on these two in this little 20-minute limit bout. Moving on. Machi Scurll, Robert Eagles. Now they do have some prior history, of course, in Ring of Honor. But again, I feel like Machi Scurll's on the up and up. By the way, I can't wait to see the Crockett Cup where Machi Scurll faces the current 10 pounds ago /NWA World Heavyweight Champion, the National Treasure Nick Aldis, for the title. What a surprise that was. Not tag team, title match. But as far as our face winning that match, I'll save that for later. As far as this one, I'm giving it again to Machi Scurll. I think Machi Scurll is going to have a very good run in this 2-day event in New Japan. Moving on. Will Ospreay, Hirooki Gogo versus Dalton Castle and Jeff Cobb. So, my previous predictions, I predicted both these Ring of Honor competitors to lose their match. And I believe that the New Japan stars in this match would win. I still think the same thing. I think that Will Ospreay and Hirooki Goto will go over on Dalton Castle and Jeff Cobb. Again, it should be another awesome bout. But I don't see these... When you see Will Ospreay, I just don't see this guy losing. The guy will kill himself for a win. And to be remembered, okay? That's what he wants his career to be. Drew Tody is taking it a little easier, thank God. But he's still crazy and reckless, in my opinion. But I'm going with Will Ospreay and Hirooki Goto for the win. So moving on from there, we got... this is interesting. Vinny Marseglia and Matt Taven versus one of my friend's favorite factions who he thinks will own the year. LIJ, Shingo Takagi, and of course, Tetsuya Naito, the current IWGP Intercontinental Champion. Well, let's see. They're tranquilo. And he's trying to achieve that dream of being the first ever dual champion to hold the Intercontinental and the World Heavyweight in New Japan Pro Wrestling. You're going to build that credibility. You're going to build him up as a star. Shingo, currently one half of the tag team champs. I see LIJ going over this. I just basically like LIJ better than the Kingdom. Whenever I see Matt Taven, I just go, blah. I can stand him more than Nia Jax, though. Maybe that's because he can wrestle, but I digress. That's just my opinion. Y'all can go with it or not. It's your choice. But anyway, I think Shingo Takagi and Tetsuya Naito are going to win this bout. Now we get into the good stuff. The current Ring of Honor World Champion, Jay Lethal versus TK Ryan. I kind of feel like they spoiled this a little bit when you think about it because, again, it's already booked. I know cards subject to change, but this is Ring of Honor. And honor actually does matter here, especially with Lifeblood now in the fold. I can't wait to see that whole 10-man tag also between Lifeblood and Jay Lethal's faction, too. That's going to be extremely interesting. I got to imagine Flip Gordon's going to be on Jay Lethal's team. As far as the others, Colt Cabana, maybe. I'm trying to think who else relates with Jay Lethal. Well, I'll think about that another day. But anyway, championship match, Jay Lethal's winning. Simple as that. Moving on, we got... Oh, here we go. IWGP Tag Team Championship match between, again, LIJ versus Bullet Club. Can Tonga Loa and Tama Loa, especially now that he's a bad guy again, can they win back those titles? They lost them in a triple threat at Wrestle Kingdom 13. They were coming in as the champs. And LIJ, they took it. They became the champs. Can they defend these titles? This is their second defense, too. They've already beaten the two in Suzuki Gun. That kind of irks me because I'm a Suzuki Gun fan, but, you know. But as far as this one, look, Bullet Club's been on the up and up ever since Jay Lethal basically became their leader and now owns the championship. Do I say everybody in Bullet Club holding gold at this point? Not really. I feel like these two are going to have an incredible bout, but would you see a title change here? And only their second defense, too. No. I'm not. I'm going to call it. I'm going to simply say this. I believe LIJ will retain. I think Sonata and Eva are going to retain the IWGP Tag Team Championships. Which brings us to our final match of this 2-day series. Lifeblood versus the Briscoes for the Ring of Honor World Tag Team Championships. David Finlay and Juice Robinson versus Mark and Jay Briscoe. Someone has to stop these Briscoes. You want to bring honor back in Ring of Honor. This is exactly what Juice is talking about in accordance to that Lifeblood faction. Stopping guys like Bully Ray, stopping guys like the Briscoes, stopping guys like the Kingdom, running reckless. I feel like this is going to be their start. I think David Finlay and Juice Robinson are going to pull it off. Not to mention, Juice Robinson is currently the IWGP United States champion. So he'll be a dual champion technically. It's not a crazy thing to believe. I feel it's going to happen. I feel like finally the Briscoes are going to finally meet their match. I don't see a title change happening first at the Anniversary event. I see it happening at Honor Rising because Lifeblood is Honor Rising, in my opinion. I think David Finlay and Juice Robinson become your new tag team champs. Alright, so to review this night, I believe Cheeseburger Delirious Coke win the 6-man tag. I believe Suzuki Gun takes the tag team. Marty Scurll, I believe he wins against Robbie. Will and Godo, I believe, beat Cobb and Dalton. LIJ, I think, beats Taven and Vinny. Mostly because Taven. I don't see Jay lose his title against TK. I do not see LIJ losing the IWGP Tag Team Championships yet to Bullet Club. Keyword yet. And I see David Finlay and Juice Robinson, or let me just say this, predict David Finlay and Juice Robinson becoming the new tag team champs. This should be a very awesome 2-day event. I always enjoy Ring of Honor and New Japan Pro Wrestling, ever since following them for the last couple years. And I enjoy these collabs they do, especially. I hope to see, hopefully they do this type of stuff with All Elite, but again, it still has to go through Double or Nothing. So, with that, those are my brief predictions on that. I might predict the Anniversary show maybe as a quick vid. I haven't decided yet, but I'm definitely going to be looking into the New Japan World Cup when it starts, because obviously that's going to map out who faces the current IWGP Heavyweight Champion, Jay Lethal, at the G1 Supercard event in Madison Square Garden. And I feel like at this point, my top two to win it are Kazuchika Okada and Kota Ibushi. I feel like both of them are very noble opponents, and it works within story too. Kota Ibushi hasn't achieved the title yet, and Okada, he's finally the original Maymaker. He's trying to regain the title and stop Bullet Club. Because right now, Jay Lethal's beating him at every turn. I don't think Kota Ibushi and Jay Lethal have really had much history yet. Let's start building into that. Anyway, those are my thoughts on this up-and-coming Honor Rising 2-day event in New Japan Pro Wrestling, and I will be watching it. So thank you for listening. Let me know your predictions. Leave a comment. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend. As always, folks, I'm just a simple man and a lifelong fan of wrestling. So if you want to talk more wrestling, New Japan, Ring of Honor, and beyond, look me up. My Twitter, NoDQ.com/Noah takes you to my Twitter. Go support NoDQ.com. They're a big motivating factor in why I do this. Everything you can imagine is on there wrestling-wise. Subscribe to the channel on YouTube. Follow them on Twitter. Follow them on Facebook. Go to the website. There's an opinion section, comment section in every article and opinions, because at NoDQ, your opinions matter. Because we all are NoDQ. And stay tuned for this channel for more prediction videos, my weekly series, and retrospective on 205 Live, the Cruiserweight division of WWE, called 205 Live Matters, and more Wrestle Crate unboxings. And as always, folks, support your wrestling outlets, both big and small, and let's keep growing this wrestling community together. Simple as that. Also, stay tuned for some independent wrestling content, too. I might be doing some interviews with some indie wrestlers and promoters. We'll see what happens. Evolution. Anyway, thank you again for watching. Thank you again for listening. As always, appreciate y'all's input, feedback, and viewership. It's all about wrestling. Simple as that. Until the next video, here or on NoDQ, or anywhere for that matter, because I love talking about wrestling. Audio, video, or combination. Later, folks, and have a good night.